guys. The name is Mark, and oh, sorry, I got the burps there for my coffee. I want to talk about the voices inside your head, and the voices inside your head will drive you crazy if you're not careful. Okay, so this is why you're supposed to be as king. You're not supposed to be of the mind, which is a thin king. Okay, so if you're thinking all the time, it's like, well, I was thinking because of my depression. Okay, so there's actually a song like that by Suicidal Tendencies. And, I was thinking because of my depression. So depressed people are always of the mind all the time, and they have voices in their head, and they think that these voices inside their head are their voices, but they're not their voices. It's not their voice that is inside their head. So how do you know whether the voices inside your head are good voices and bad voices? I'll also give you an analogy, like say for example, you listen to a song and maybe it's an Elvis Presley song or something. Have a boo Christmas without you, ooh you, right? And how is it that when you imagine hearing that song in your head, you're hearing Elvis's voice, okay? So how is that imprinted in your head? That you're thinking about a song and you're actually hearing even the way the guy vocalizes his words inside your head. This will show you that nothing inside your head is yours, okay? So we have demonic spirits which possess people. They will call them repossessed, right? And everybody runs around trying to own possessions, so they are possessed by possessions, right? So how do you know? There's a reason why you meditate, and when you meditate, like you see people sitting like this and all that stuff, but basically you want to feel your fingertips, and you want to look through like almost a triangle tunnel and close your eyes, and you want to look almost down like you're looking through a train tunnel, and you want to focus on the light going through the tunnel, okay? Now that light will start off, you got your eyes closed, but you can see when you're looking through like the above your nose and above your eyes, and you close your eyes, you can see and you focus like you're looking down a tunnel, a train tunnel, and you can see the light going in through the tunnel. Now at the other end of the tunnel, you might not see the light. You always hear these people saying, come to the light or don't go to the light. I'll get into that too, right? A lot of the light is the deception of Lucifer. Like you look at the light, the radiation that's coming off your television set, and a lot of people are being deceived by the light that is on their TV screens, right? That's probably why they're called scenes in a movie. Scenes, screens, right? All this crap. So when you're meditating, yes, you want to look down a tunnel and focus on a light, and you want to feel your fingertips. And eventually, why do you meditate? Well, you meditate to escape the mind. But part of the mind, it's a tricky thing because all these outside forces and stuff will try to communicate through your mind, and they will try to keep your mind busy. Like, okay, I got to go to work, and then after I got to drop Johnny off before I go to work, and then I got to go to work, and then I got to deal with this on my plate, and that on my plate, and this on my plate, and that on my plate, and then I'm going to come home, and then I got to go get little Johnny, and then I got to take little Johnny to soccer practice and stuff. So people never have the actual time to sit down and not be of the mind. This is why, like when you go camping or something and you're in nature and you have no schedule to work or anything, take the K out and to go to war, working, right? And so they have the time to just sit and be. You were supposed to sit still and be and know that thine will be done, not your will, okay? It's not our will that's supposed to be done. It's the cosmic creator's will that's supposed to be done. So you look through the tunnel and you have your eyes closed, and there's a reason why you close your eyes, because if you can close your eyes in a world full of untrust and a world where things aren't very trustworthy, look at the terms, worthy, right? So being that, like, when you close your eyes, you're showing the universe that you completely trust the universe. And when you completely trust the universe, like I'll give you a prime example. I don't normally drink. It's not something I don't like inducing alcoholic spirits into myself, right? And so being that that's not my bag, like many, many moons ago, I was drinking. And look at the terms drink and king. So are you a king because you're drinking, right? People don't even understand the terms, right? What they're using. But effectively, I had a few beers and I was literally sitting beside a bee's nest. My buddy's brother looks at me and he's like, hey, cowboy, you aware you're sitting beside, look at the term, aware, awar, take the E out, right? He's like, are you aware that you're sitting beside a bee's nest? And I looked and I went, mother frigger, I am. But I had no fear. And because I had no fear and I wasn't poking the bee's nest, effectively, that's like closing your eyes and trusting in the universe and trusting that these bees know what they're doing. And they're not interested in me. They're interested in collecting pollen, right? And making honey for their hives. So when you close your eyes, you're showing, even if somebody's about to shoot you in the face, you close your eyes. Now this is bringing you to divine trust in the universe, that whether that gun being pointed at your head or not is irrelevant. It's neither good nor bad. You're just closing your eyes and you're showing the universal cosmic waitress that you are showing faith because you can close your eyes, okay? So when you're meditating, effectively what you're doing is you'll have all this garbage coming in your head, like, oh my God, I'm trying to meditate, but now I got to pick up Johnny and all this stuff. But when you meditate, there comes a point where the reason why you meditate is so that you can completely forget about what you were thinking. That is like an eraser on a page, and you erase all the garbage off the page, and now you have a clean slate. So you have to look at the page full of garbage, and after a while, eventually when you're meditating, this page full of garbage will magically disappear. Now people will say, how do I determine if the voices inside my head are a good thing or a bad thing? Are they good voices or bad voices? You take an O out of good, you have God, okay? We're not going to get into the anagram here of God and dog, and just for, the universal cosmic creator, right? And so when you look at things, like, for example, if I meditate and something comes into my head saying, hey, that is bad, don't do that. Well, now I'm getting in touch with the universal cosmic creator, because something is telling me that what I'm doing is not very good. It's not very godlike, right? So this is how you can tell whether the voices inside your head are good, God, or bad, because bad voices would tell you to run around and be greedy, maybe grab guns, join a war, go shoot your neighbors. These are all bad voices in your head. Now, how do you know if the voices in your head are good? Well, it's simple. You're not stressed out. You're not emotionally crazy. You're not illogical. You're logical, right? And so you can't argue with that. And why? And the good voices will never, you will always know if the voices inside your head are good, because they would never tell you to go harm anybody. In fact, they would tell you to help your neighbor and to give a fish, as opposed to trying to be greedy and to sell a fish, hence the term selfish. Okay, people? So I just wanted to share this with you because I see a lot of people where they're of the mind, and they actually think that these crazy demonic voices that are inside their head actually belong to them, when these voices don't. Nothing that you see in front of this camera is mine. This body is not mine. It belongs to the universal cosmic creator. But it's back to like being a hero jumping into a river full of sharks to save a drowning child. The voice that goes into somebody's head immediately is a good voice that says, don't worry about risking yourself, just jump in the water and save that child. The thoughts aren't, oh, am I going to get eaten up and stuff. These would be demonic, demon I see, not very godlike spirits, good-like spirits, godlike spirits, telling you. So a good spirit just naturally flows, and it's like, whoa, wait a second. Without any thought, this is called grace. Without any thought, you automatically jump in to rescue that child from drowning and being swallowed and eaten by alligators. There's not an ounce of thought other than that's not right. These are how you know these are good voices. Now, if you're standing on the bank and you're watching the child drown and alligators are starting to tear the child apart, you were thinking and you had voices in your head going, oh, well, you know, if you jump in, you're going to get eaten too. And so these are kind of like demonic spirits, and there are good spirits out there and bad spirits out there. And so if you're always doing something where it says like, you see an old lady, you get the door for her. If you see an old lady falls down, you help pick her up, right? You bring over a chair for her. You get a glass of water. This is not of the mind. This is of grace. And grace doesn't think. Grace just does. Tell the plants and the birds and the bees to think out there. They don't think. They just know their duty. And the plants and trees and stuff, they grow towards the sun because this is the natural evolution. Do you think the plant is thinking about this? Like, which way do I go? The plant starts thinking about that. The tree starts getting confused as to which way it's going to grow. And there's an old native proverb that no tree is so foolish to grow and have its own tree branches strangle itself. Okay, is where mankind, we live in the world of the mind, and people aren't aware that spirits are talking through you all the time. Like, for example, if I find myself being agitated or angry and stuff, that's not being peaceful. And love does not know anger. Love does not know being mean to people, being selfish. This is not love. Love has no expectations whatsoever from people. So like this bullshit, I'll love you if you do something for me. Oh, I need my better half. These are all bad spirits infiltrating your brain, telling you that everything you need is outside of yourselves, is where when you start meditating and stuff, eventually the bad spirits will stop talking to you. You will take that eraser to all these spirits and you will erase them, eradicate them from your mind. And that will allow a good flow, a God flow of good spirits being able to talk to you. And like good sign of good spirits talking to people is like, I love to help people. Now, do I derive anything from helping them? I don't like help somebody and go, geez, now I did a video and a lot of people seem to like this, and I don't look at this as good or bad. I just look at it as neutral, and there's not an ounce of thought when I do these videos. I'm not sitting back and I'm not being of the mind and stuff. Whatever is coming out of me, even the words coming out of my face, they don't belong to me. They belong to the universal divine, cosmic creator, okay? And so anytime you have bad thoughts and you catch yourself and you meditate and you go, that's a bad thought, now you can differentiate between the voices that are inside your head, and you start to realize that even the voices inside your head aren't yours. You're almost back to the Elvis Presley tune where have a boo boo Christmas, and you can hear his voice in the music just like the record. How is that, right? So this is kind of what I'm trying to convey to you, I guess, more purvey, right? And so I just wanted to share that. How do you know if it's good spirits talking to you or bad spirits? Bad spirits will tell you to steal and loot, and you got to be better than your neighbor, and you have to have more money than your neighbor, and you need a bigger house. This is all bad energy trying to filter their way through you, and this is bad spirits talking to you. And how do you simply differentiate between a good and a bad spirit? The good spirit will say, hey man, that child is about to get eaten by alligators. Just jump in. Not an ounce of thought. Just jump in. Go get the kid, right? Somebody falls and slips and trips. It's not, well, if I help them, I'm going to hurt myself. And these are bad spirits talking to you. A good spirit just says, get up and do it, man. No thought, right? And that's why, like, when a lot of people talk to, like, they'll call them heroes, and they'll say, well, what went through your mind? And you listen to most of these people who they call heroes, and they'll say nothing other than the child needed saving. That's it. They weren't making speculations about, well, if they jump in, what's going to happen to them? How cold is the water? Nothing. They just dive right in. And this is grace, and grace is not of the mind. And you'll always know grace because grace would never tell you to harm your neighbor, to one up your neighbor, to be selfish and try to sell a fish to your neighbor. These are bad spirits. Good spirits will never tell you to do this. So this is how you can always differentiate, okay? And I just want to share something with you people. Like even my brain, it's not mine. This body isn't mine. The shit that comes out of my ass isn't even mine. And everybody runs around trying to say, well, that's mine, that's mine, that's mine. Nothing is mine, and I'm well aware that nothing is mine. Not even the words that come out of my mouth is mine. You know what I mean, right? But I can always tell whether bad spirits are trying to talk to me, because bad spirits will be, well, you should be greedy, and it's about you and not them, and me, is where good spirits is, how can you be of service to others, okay, people? So that's a simple way to differentiate whether good spirits or bad spirits are trying to talk to you. And like, for example, if I have a negative or bad thought going through my head, I'll try to be quiet and still the mind. A still mind shall know the universe, and those who know the universe, one verse, not multiple verses, like the spelling, all right, the spell in, right, that everybody's in a spell of, and they're not even aware that they're in a spell, right? So you will always know. So I just wanted to share this with you. This is how you can tell whether or not you're being infiltrated by bad spirits who are trying to take you over and trying to possess you, or not being possessed at all, which is a good spirit saying, hey man, that woman just fell. Go see if she needs a hand. Help her up, okay? Maybe she had a stroke. Maybe, you know what I mean? But grace does not evaluate things and get deep into things. Grace just naturally flows, just like the tree. It flows and it wants to go where the water source is. That's where the seed will be planted and where there's sun to grow. That's it. The tree is not of the mind where, it's going to go crazy and start fighting within itself and have an inward war, a war inward, right? You take the D out and you have in war. So you don't want to be in an inward war with your mind, okay? I see this all the time. It's like you call alcohol a depressant, but yet people will drink this depressant because it temporarily makes them feel good at the moment, and then when they start calming down, they're crashing again, and now they're not feeling so good because they're inducing themselves with spirits that rot your gut and twist your mind, and now you're inducing yourself with any negative thought that the world, some of these negative demonic spirits want to demonstrate through you. And so when you catch this and you go, no, I don't need that drink today, or I don't need this, or I don't need that, that is the God energy, the good energy that is coming through you, and these are not demonic spirits. But otherwise, if you're having negative thoughts all the time and you think that these thoughts originate and belong to you, they don't. They're spirits talking to you, dropping little emails constantly inside your head, and you're not even aware that they're bombing you with emails saying kill your neighbor and be angry and hate the world and all that stuff. Good energy and good spirits will just say, no man, don't kill your neighbor, help that woman. That's it, okay? So I just wanted to share that. I don't know why this popped into my head, but it did. So I wanted to share that with you, and I hope this video really helps. And something else, actually, now that I think about it, you always hear like love and light, love and light. Well, Lucifer was the fallen star, the angel, the angle of light that fell from the heavens, okay? And people are deceived by the light. They're deceived by magic, right? The sleight of hand. They're deceived by television. Like, I tell you something on TV and then everybody will run around going, believing it's true. So when you realize this, sorry, I'm kind of forgetting my train of thought here. I'm talking about a lot of things. But when you realize all this stuff, you're good to go, okay, people? So anyhow, I kind of lost my thought there, and you guys are going to go, what the hell is this guy talking about, right? So I just wanted to share that with you, Just know that the voices in your head, if they're bad voices, they are not yours, and you say, evil be gone. You know what I mean? And you don't even say evil be gone. You just meditate and clear your head. Sorry, now getting back to all these people always say love and light and go to the light. And at the end of the tunnel, go to the light. Don't go to the light at the end of the tunnel, because that light is deception, which is basically of, say, satanic IC, Satan IC, Lucifer, which was the bringer of light, okay? A lot of light that you see is deception. Yes, we live in a world duality where you need light and dark and the moon and the sun and all that stuff. But effectively, I think when you die, do not go to the light, because you will be deceived by the light, thinking that you're going to family and loved ones and all this stuff, and you're not. So if you want to go back to the cosmic, creative, divine source of creation, don't go to the light, because that which is born is always born of the unseen. And like you plant an oak tree seed in the ground, and it's not in the light. And this is where all birth stems from. So don't go to the light. If when you die and you remember this, don't go to the light, because the light is of the deception. You want to start off again, you go in the ground like the mighty oak seed, right? And it's planted in the ground. It's like a baby. The baby's not born in the light, right? But the baby's born inside your belly, inside the darkness, and it's the darkness that all creation is stemmed from. So if you die, don't go to the light. The light is of deception, and who knows how you will be deceived. I mean, look around. Everybody's deceived, and they all have a war of words with each other. And I'm a Trump supporter, and you're a Biden supporter, and I hate Biden, and I hate Trump, and therefore I hate you, and I hate this person. Do not go to the light. That is the bringer of false light, which is basically the Luciferian fallen angel of light. Okay, people? So even though I tell you when you're meditating, you want to look through, almost like you're looking through a pyramid, through the top of your eye with your eyes closed. And you don't have to sit like this. You can just put your hands down, try to feel your fingertips, and eventually the garbage will clear from your brain. And when the garbage clears from your brain, then the whole universe shall be known to you. And I'm not talking multiple verses of all these different languages and spells and spelling. The universe, the one natural God verse, will talk to you. And once you have a clean slate, you might go, oh, that's what they meant about this, or that's what they meant about that. Okay, people? So that's the whole point to meditating and looking down the tunnel and seeing the light going through the tunnel. But at the end of the day, while you're on earth, do that. But if you die and stuff, do not go to the end of the tunnel to come out the other end to find a false light. Okay, people? So I just wanted to share that with you. I hope this video finds everybody well. I send everybody much peace, love, respect, always. Till then, keep your heads up, your sticks on the ice, and that's how you'll always know if good spirits are trying to talk to you or bad spirits are talking to you. If a good spirit tells me to rescue and help that woman because she fell and hurt herself on the floor, I can't argue with that energy. That's good, positive energy. Now, if the spirit says, oh, whatever, just walk by her, who cares if she has a heart attack, who cares? That is a bad, negative, evil energy, and that is of Satan's world, okay? And there are a lot of demonic spirits who will try to use you and have you think that it's you, because they don't want you realizing that they are the ones who are dropping all these silent emails inside your head, trying to drive you crazy, and then you're in war inside your own head, okay, people? So once again, much love, peace, respect out to all, always, don't care who you are. And I hope the grace of God finds everybody. And for those watching these videos, feel free to share whatever. I hope they truly help you. And the universe sends you all green lights. Namaste. Cheers. Bye.